Imagine if bananas disappeared from your kitchen forever. Sounds impossible, right? But once America nearly banned bananas entirely. Bananas are everywhere, breakfast, snacks, desserts. Yet this familiar fruit was at the heart of a national crisis. In the mid-1900s, a deadly disease ravaged banana plantations in Central and South America. US officials feared the disease could hitch a ride on imported bananas and devastate American crops. Suddenly, the banana was seen as a potential threat, not just a treat. The idea of banning bananas seemed absurd, but the risk felt real. Newspapers fueled panic and scientists warned of disaster. The government faced a tough choice: protect crops or keep bananas on the table. The banana's fate hung in the balance, caught between public demand and national security. This forgotten crisis shows how fragile our food supply can be. The banana we know today as a survivor, nearly lost to history. Its journey from near extinction to grocery staple is remarkable. Behind the scenes were desperate farmers, powerful corporations, and determined scientists. The banana's survival is a story of innovation and resilience. We came shockingly close to losing this beloved fruit. Next time you peel a banana, remember, it almost vanished forever. The story of the banana is a reminder: our favorite foods are never guaranteed. Let's uncover how America's favorite fruit was saved from the brink. Before the panic, the banana was a marvel, an exotic treat most Americans had never seen. Introduced at the 1876 Centennial Exposition, it quickly became a sensation. Steamships and railroads made it possible to deliver fresh bananas from Central America to every corner of the US. Companies like United Fruit built empires on bananas, marketing them as the perfect healthy snack. By the early 1900s, bananas were everywhere, cheap, nutritious, and always in season. The star of the show was the Gros Michel, a big sweet banana with a thick skin perfect for shipping. America's love for bananas grew, but the industry's reliance on a single variety was a ticking time bomb. The entire banana business depended on the Gros Michel. This monoculture made the industry efficient, but dangerously vulnerable. The stage was set for disaster. The fruit that symbolized modern convenience was about to face its greatest test. The banana's paradise had a hidden enemy: Panama disease, a soil-borne fungus. It invaded banana roots, killing plants and leaving fields barren for decades. First appearing in Panama in the early 1900s, the disease spread relentlessly across plantations. Companies tried quarantines and chemicals. Nothing worked. The only option was to abandon infected land and clear new rainforest, a costly and temporary fix. Entire regions were devastated, and the industry was forced to keep moving, always one step ahead of the fungus. The Gros Michel banana was doomed. Wherever it was planted, Panama disease followed. For years, American consumers were shielded from the crisis. Fruit companies absorbed losses and shifted production, but panic grew behind the scenes. Executives knew they were running out of land and time. The global banana supply was at risk of total collapse. The industry's survival depended on finding a solution, fast. The beloved banana was on the verge of extinction. The crisis was invisible to shoppers, but catastrophic for growers. The Gros Michel's reign was ending. The world's favorite fruit was in jeopardy. Something had to change. As Panama disease spread, fear grew beyond the plantations. US officials worried the fungus could threaten American crops like corn and wheat. Millions of bananas arrived at US ports each week, each shipment a potential risk. The banana became a symbol of agricultural anxiety. Public health fears followed, with sensational headlines stoking panic. People wondered if bananas could make them sick, despite no evidence. The fruit's popularity became its greatest liability. The government faced a dilemma: protect the nation's crops or keep bananas on the menu. The conversation shifted from containment to possible elimination. The banana's future in America was suddenly uncertain. The US government debated a radical move banning banana imports. Bananas were a staple and a multi-million-dollar industry, but the risk to American agriculture was alarming. Agricultural officials pushed for strict quarantines or even a full ban, citing past disasters from imported pests. Fruit companies fought back, arguing the disease was banana-specific and a ban would devastate economies. Lobbyists highlighted the economic and diplomatic fallout for both the US and Latin America. The government was caught between caution and commerce. Enhanced inspections and regional bans were considered, but a total ban remained on the table. For a time, the banana's fate in America was truly up in the air. The industry knew it couldn't outrun the disease forever. A real solution was needed, urgently. The race to save the banana had begun. With disaster looming, fruit companies turned to science. United Fruit launched a global search for a disease-resistant banana. Botanists scoured jungles collecting hundreds of banana varieties. Most failed, too bitter, too fragile, or still vulnerable to the fungus. Years passed with no clear winner while Panama disease kept spreading. The industry's future depended on finding a replacement for the Gros Michel. Research labs became the new battleground. The search was expensive and desperate, but it was the only hope. The fate of the banana and an entire industry rested on a scientific breakthrough. Time was running out. Finally, scientists found a candidate, the Cavendish banana. Immune to Panama disease, it was less flavorful and bruised easily, but it could survive. Switching to the Cavendish meant overhauling the entire industry, new packing, shipping, and marketing. Fruit companies took the risk, introducing the Cavendish to American shelves. Most consumers barely noticed the change. The banana was saved, at least for now. Today, the Cavendish dominates the global market. But the story isn't over. A new strain of Panama disease now threatens even the Cavendish. The banana's survival is a cycle of crisis and innovation. This tale is a warning. Our food system is fragile. The next time you eat a banana, remember, it's a survivor of history's greatest fruit crisis. The race to save the banana continues. Will we be ready for the next threat?